In this video, we will dive deeper into the question of whether pilots can have families. As someone who has been in the aviation industry for 20 years, I can confidently say the answer is yes, but it does come with many challenges. Welcome back to Aviator Inspirations. My name is Yaro and I help take the mystery out of the aviation industry. I make these free videos to help future aviators save time and money, so consider subscribing. Pilots are just like anyone else when it comes to relationships and family life. We can fall in love, get married, and start a family just like any other person. However, our demanding careers make it challenging to balance work and family life. So in this video, I hope to give you an insight into what it takes to raise a family as an airline pilot. Let's start with the pros. First and foremost, being a pilot is a unique and rewarding career, especially those not suited for office life, and over time can be a financially rewarding career. With experience, pilots can earn a great salary, receive benefits such as health insurance, retirement plans, and travel benefits. These travel benefits allow you and your family to visit new places, experience different cultures, and meet new people. With the massive current pilot shortage, companies are finally increasing pilot wages all across the world. Just recently in the USA, the most senior long-haul captains are getting paid upwards of $600,000 per year, while in Canada it's about half of that. Still though, a pilot can expect to hit six figures after 5 to 10 years into their career, and that can give your family a solid financial base. If you choose to live in Alberta, you can even have the option of your spouse staying at home and raising the kids, or having more than 2 kids if you want to have a big family. However, living in the 2 major cities in Canada, Toronto and Vancouver, in my opinion, it's very hard to have more than 2 kids, and you and your spouse will both have to work to afford your lifestyle. This leads us to the major con of being a pilot on their families, and that is the significant amount of time we spend away from home. Pilots are usually gone anywhere from 2 to 5 days at a time before returning home, meaning your spouse is a single parent during that whole time. This can be especially difficult for families with young children, as we will miss important milestones and events. It can also be challenging for us as the pilot, as we may feel isolated or disconnected from our family during extended periods of absence. When my daughter was born, I was commuting from Vancouver to Toronto, spending 5 days away from home at a time, and every time I came home, she would be a whole different person. Kids change so quickly that you miss out on a lot of special once-in-a-lifetime moments. But that's why we have FaceTime, and my wife would send me daily photos and videos. This is also the reason why I switched airlines in 2022 and joined a low-cost airline, because we don't spend any time away from base. We return home every single night. So this is another consideration when picking your career path and whether the airlines is where you want to be, or if you would be happier staying at a smaller company, or maybe moving on to the airlines later in your life when the kids are older. In addition to time away from home, pilots experience irregular schedules and long working hours. This may make it challenging to plan and coordinate family activities because we never know exactly when we will be home. It's not like an office job where we can clock out at 5 o'clock and go home. If the flight is delayed or we have a diversion, we could be delayed for hours or even be stuck in another city. Pilots are usually working holidays, weekends, and Christmas, very similar to the staff in the hospitality industry like restaurants. During peak travel seasons, pilots are very busy to get everyone to their destinations. So we as a family go on vacation on the off season or celebrate events around my schedule. It's not ideal, but being together and celebrating something as a family that really matters. So you and your family have to be flexible when it comes to that. The nature of the job can also create a level of stress and anxiety for pilots and their families. Pilots are responsible for the safety of their passengers and crew, and they must be able to handle emergencies and unexpected situations calmly and effectively. This can be a source of stress and anxiety both for the pilot and their family members who may worry about their safety. We as pilots must also be well rested, so if you have young kids running around, that is something you have to figure out so you can get the rest that you need. Or if you're flying a red-eye, you need to sleep in or have a nap during the day so you again aren't able to help with the kids as you are adjusting your body to different sleeping schedules. This makes it difficult to be a 50-50 parent all the time, as we can't get up in the middle of the night with the baby in order to be fully rested for our flight. Of course, on our days off, we can be 100% with the kids to give your partner a break, and that's the one advantage. So it's a different style of work-life balance and less structured than a traditional 9-to-5 job. So your partner has to understand all the challenges that pilots face, and I made a video about that as well. Let's now shift our focus to the challenges that female pilots may face in raising a family. The aviation industry has historically been male-dominated, and while progress has been made to increase gender diversity, women still make up a relatively small percentage of pilots. This can create a unique challenge for female pilots who want to have a family. One of the biggest challenges that female pilots face is flying while going through all the changes in their body throughout their pregnancy. Morning sickness, being on the road, extra radiation exposure are all challenges male colleagues don't experience. Pregnancy and maternity leave can also be challenging for female pilots. Unlike many other professions, pilots must meet strict medical requirements to maintain their certification, which can make it difficult for pregnant pilots to continue working during certain stages of their pregnancy. This can result in extended periods of time away from work, which can impact their financial stability. In the US, for example, most maternity leave is only 3 months, while here in Canada, women can take up to 18 months paid leave. Also, not all airlines have good maternity policies for female pilots, so it's important to figure out those details before starting a family. Returning to work after maternity leave can also be challenging for female pilots, not only in terms of being separated from your baby and figuring out how to breastfeed or pump milk. The aviation industry also requires pilots to maintain a high level of proficiency. Taking an extended break from flying can make it difficult to stay current and maintain their skills. This can make it challenging for female pilots to balance their desire to having a family with their career aspirations. In addition to these challenges, female pilots may also face societal expectations and pressures to prioritize their family over their career. This can be especially true in cultures where traditional gender roles are still prevalent, and the idea of a woman pursuing a demanding career like aviation may be met with resistance or disapproval. However, despite these challenges, there are many female pilots who have successfully balanced their careers and families. Many airlines now offer family-friendly policies and benefits such as flexible schedules, extended maternity leave, and on-site childcare. There are many couples in aviation, either both are pilots or one is a pilot and the other is a flight attendant, and they make it work. In conclusion, while pilots can certainly have families, the demands of the job can create unique challenges both for female and male pilots. My recommendations is to figure out your support system before starting a family. We are lucky to be able to utilize our grandparents to take care of the kids while me and my wife are working. This not only helps us save on daycare costs, which can be as high as $1,000 per kid, but it also benefits the children in having family members raise them instead of strangers. If you aren't as fortunate, I recommend moving to a cheaper province so you can keep your household income as low as possible while you build seniority and wait for your pay to increase. Kids aren't cheap, but Canada does provide some help, like child support. We also keep our costs low by buying secondhand toys and clothing on Facebook Marketplace or different mom groups. At the end of the day, there is no right time to have kids, so plan as best as you can with your spouse. Otherwise, enjoy the most challenging yet rewarding part of your life. If this video was helpful, smash the like button. If you have any other aviation related questions, leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.